the only limitation to a man is the limitation he has in himself. So you must have no limitation. And then that lastly, look, another story we can look at is we can find in 1 Kings 17, 7 to 16. 1 Kings 17, 7 to 16. I really love this passage of the Bible. It talks about the woman of Zarephath and Elijah, the prophet Elijah. Now, this woman, there was a famine all around, and she came in contact with Elijah, and then Elijah told her, please get me some water and get me some bread to eat. And then she told Elijah, actually right now I have nothing except a little flour and a little oil. And what did Elijah tell her? Elijah told her, that's enough. Go home, make the bread, give to me first, and you and your child go ahead and eat. And this woman did this, and the Bible records that they did not lack throughout the years of the famine. The oil did not run out, the flour did not run out. Do you know how wonderful it is? Every time you pour the flour, every time you take from the flour, you keep getting, it does not run out. And this is what happened. It did not run out. So until the rains came, they had more than enough. Because what did she do? She sacrificed that her accept. She gave it up. So this another point you have to learn here is, at the point where you don't have more than when you don't have, you need to learn to give. It sounds crazy, doesn't it? To be giving when you have less. But that is the time you should give. When you don't have more, when you don't have enough, learn to give. Because there's something the Bible says. It says that give and it shall be given unto you. So she gave the prophet. And what happened? They had enough to last them through the famine. Her accept became more than enough. Another example is the example of Jesus and the feeding of the 5,000. In Matthew 14, 16 to 19. Matthew chapter 14, 16 to 19. Jesus knew that they didn't have enough. The disciples in this story, there were 5,000 men apart from the women and children. And then they didn't have enough to feed them. They were in the desert. And the disciples came and they told Jesus, let's tell these people to go because right now we don't have enough. And then Jesus told them something. He said, feed them. They said, no, we don't have anything except 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes. 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes. And Jesus said, that's more than enough. All Jesus did was he gave thanks to God. He took the 5 loaves of bread and the 2 fishes, gave thanks to God, acknowledging that I give it up to you. That's what you have to do first. With your talents, with your gifts. For you to be successful, you have to be willing to give it up to the service of God. You have to be willing to give it up to God. You have to be willing to give it up to the service of others. Rather than think of starting a business only to first make money, run your business for free. Solve problems in people's life and you will become successful. The mistake people make is that they run after money. Create value and money will come to you. You don't need to run after money. Money goes to where it's valuable. Money goes to where there is value. You buy an expensive Benz car because that car is valuable. So you pay more for it. And that's the trick of life. The dentist will charge you much money for you to for consultation, because why? They've created value from the amount of years they have studied. So create value and money will come. So the moment Jesus lifted this up, gave thanks, what happened? The food was multiplied, and at the end of the day they took 12 baskets full of the remaining after feeding the 5,000. So his accept was enough for God to multiply. He trusted God and he gave only thanks. So what is your accept? Start to think now. Look inside you. Because when you are willing to discover that little talent you have, that little gift you have, and start working on it, you see, when you start working on your gift or your talent, don't expect it that you get it from the beginning. The only thing you have to do is start working on it. When God gives you that idea, don't expect that you know how to complete it. All you have to do is start working on it. The how is left for God. How it becomes successful is left for God. How you make it in life is left for God. All you have to do is start working on that talent. Start working with that gift. And make sure you are a good manager. If you see from that story of the 5,000, Jesus told them, go and get the remaining. Don't allow any to go to waste. He was a good manager. Don't waste your resources. Don't waste the little you have doing nothing. Some people save. They don't invest. All they want to do is save. And you know what happens after a while? Something will come up and they lose that money. So rather, save, start investing, take that risk today. The little seed you have today will never die. As a seed never dies, so does that your asset won't die. All you have to do, that talent that you have, it cannot go out of importance. That little talent you have, invest it, plant it. The same way a seed, if you take a seed, it does not die. The moment you put it in water, you put it in the soil, give it some water, it starts to germinate. Expose it to some sunlight. The same thing with you. That your little seed, start to use it. And there's something interesting about that your asset. Your asset is not concerned with the external environment. The same way a seed is not concerned with what is happening. A seed is not concerned with the government policies. A seed is not concerned with coronavirus. A seed is not concerned with the financial crisis. A seed is not concerned with all of this. The moment you plant a mango seed or you plant an apple seed, it starts to grow. It doesn't matter if the government, whatever the government policy is. The same with your asset. The same with that your little talent. The same with that your little idea. It does not matter the government policies. Just start working on it. We concentrate too much on the external environment rather than the internal. Your internal controls the external. I hope you know this. It is your internal environment that controls the external environment. So, what is your asset? And I want to tell you something also. Your asset cannot be destroyed. Your potential cannot be killed by the loss of a job. Your potential cannot be killed by economic collapse, by the loss of a business. That potential is still there. I was discussing with a friend who was telling me about how he has lost his job and how he's thinking maybe because in this field there's no more work, blah blah. Yes, you can reinvent yourself, but that doesn't mean that potential, that talent you have has become non-existent. It's still there. So rather, use that your talent, use that your gift. The Bible says your gift will make way for you and bring you before kings. Simple truth. It will make way for you. So that's your asset, is your gift. So start to invest it. Start to invest it. Don't be afraid to risk it. Those who want something different tomorrow must do something different today. You cannot be like every other person that is waiting for a salary and expect a difference tomorrow. You have to put your asset into action. You have to put that your imagination into action. You have to put that your talent into action. Remember, you have 5 billion cells up here. Put it to work. This is your asset, your brain. Put it to work. Start working on that idea. You know, the Bible says that God will bless the works of our hands. If you are not doing anything, if you are not putting any idea into action, if you are not using your potential, what would God bless? There's nothing in your hand for him to bless. But the moment you put that thing into action, David came against Goliath with 5 stones and a sling. That was all God needed. He needed him to just come with that accept. And that was his accept, the 5 stones and the sling. And what happened? He killed a giant with that. A poor shepherd boy who had no war experience killed a giant because he was willing to come with his accept, which was 5 stones and a sling. So finally, whatever is in your house, bring it out today. Whatever is in your heart, whatever is in your mind, whatever talent, whatever idea you have, Bring it out and put it to action. And like in all the examples I just gave you, God will multiply it until it's more than enough. My name is Enomaya Gaiva, a teacher, trainer, and a life coach. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel on Lit Up Coaching. Like, comment, and share our videos. Remember, you have an asset, and God will multiply it until it's more than enough. And as He does this, you will get to the top, and I will see you at the top. The